First one, start off just by thanking the fans, the students, especially. You have a delay like that to start a game, and you're not really knowing how long it's going to be. But to see them, really to see them stick around and stay for the game, and then the amount of students that were still left at the end of the game, the amount of people that were still left at the end of the game. It seems like every game we play here at Bobby Dodd, it gets better and better with the support that we get from our fan base, and I can't thank them enough. And can't wait to see them really double down on today and for the next home game, and the one after that, and one after that, and one after that. So I just want to start off by saying thanks to them. Really excited to get a win. All wins are good wins. That was a big thing that I have talked about with the entire organization, that when we win football games, we're going to enjoy winning football games. But whether you win or lose, you got to be extremely critical about what you do. Right, and how you play and what you do to correct those things. So, I thought we went in and, Aaron ended up starting off the game, which was a game decision, a game time decision, and first drive, second drive, there it goes again. We didn't do it on the third this week though, but look, Aaron came off the field after the second turnover when he threw the interception, and I said, "Hey man," I said, "Congratulations." I said, "You got him out of you now," and I said, "Shake it off." I said, "Don't think about it. You got to play the next play." And then he throws a touchdown to, I think it was Isaiah on the next drive. Offense was out there, and he came over and he said, "That's the way I can play football." I said, "Yeah, exactly. You just got to go do it." So, we had a lot of guys got the opportunity to play today. I think I counted one time 8 or 9 freshmen on the field on defense for a majority of the really second half. We got a lot of guys on offense who were able to play as well. So all in all, I thought we had it was a good win. I'm excited for the team and the staff for being able to get a win. But at the same time, we've got a lot of things we have to continue to work on, and that's going to be an every week thing. Okay, and we've got to be critical about it and make sure we get those things adjusted and fixed. All right. Any questions?
Okay, Kelly.
Can you go into a little bit of the decision to start Aaron and kind of where Haynes is at and how close was that to maybe him playing today?
Yeah, it was a decision that was really right up until game time. You guys saw he went out for pregame warm-ups. He's got just a nagging lower body injury. That I trust. I put 100% trust and faith in our medical staff and our doctors and our training staff. And as much as you want somebody to play, they're going to do what's best for them. So they can, not have 1 week turn into 4 or 5 or 6. So they made the right decision, and then I'm going to support those people, the doctors, and back them up at any point in time.
Right here.
First off, Coach, congrats on the win. Congrats on being 2-0.
Thank you.
So you guys have had 6 first quarter drives. In 5 of them, you've turned the ball over. What do you guys think you can do? You touched on it briefly at the beginning. What do you guys think you can do to address and avoid those slow starts offensively as the season goes on?
Not do it. Not turn it over. We have turnover drills and ball security drills in practice. Right? Offensive guys don't go to defense and try to get the ball turned over. They're trying to protect it. Look, this is uncharacteristic of our football team and what we take pride in and what we work. At the end of the day, it's got to be fixed. We've got to continue to work these things. We've got to continue to put the players in positions that practice is game-like, and where they feel that pressure and the decisions and whatnot. Look, some of the things from last week were drastically cleaned up this week, and then something else. And like I said, Aaron comes to the sideline after the second one. Hey man, you did it. They're over with. All right, now let's go play ball. And first time guys get in there when you really, it's a little different when you're the guy as opposed to coming off the bench. So I was proud of the way that he settled back into the game and was able to compete the rest of the day.
Your defensive line did a good job of getting pressures today. Could you talk a little bit about Montre Bradford and how he's progressing and developing?
Yeah, a lot of those guys are really coming around. I mean, Montre looks like he was chiseled out of a look like a Greek god. I mean, he's 6'5", he's long, he's 255 pounds, he can run like a deer. And every time he's able to get on the field and compete like that, he's going to get better and better and better and better. And look, there's so many facets of the game. It's not just always the the big play on the sack. I mean, it's defending the run, playing the run, all those things. So he's progressing, progressing very nicely, as are a lot of the other new guys that are out there.
Coach, the explosive offense was really on display today, and Graham Noel steps in as just one pass and it goes for an 84-yard touchdown. Just speak on the explosive offense that you saw from the team today, and then what Graham did in his first collegiate pass.
It's pretty good QBR, isn't it? So, I mean, it's probably as high as you can get. And that's probably the shortest distance for the longest score, too. No, I think I told you guys on Tuesday and Thursday and in the media that was something we had to do. We had to get the ball to our playmakers. All right, we had to spread the ball around. We had to make sure that our good players got the ball, and we have a lot of good players. And I thought Aaron did a good job of that today, and Buster did a good job of distributing it in the play calls. And I thought Graham did a nice job.
Coach, what did you just thought about just the rushing game today? Obviously, Halsey goes over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ames, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, your offensive line was, getting in a lot of holes.
It's not quite Star Trek, but there is a black hole somewhere we're all about to fall into. Repeat the question again?
Yes, just your thoughts.
Yeah, you know what that was? That was the sound it makes when you step into that jersey from last week. That's what it was.
But no, Coach, just your thoughts on the running game today. Like I said, they did a really good job. Halsey had 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Haynes had 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. But a lot of explosives, 55-yard touchdown, 53-yard touchdown. Just your thoughts on the running game and how the offensive line plays as well.
Yeah, obviously I'll make the decision once I see the whole, able to go back and watch the whole game. But that's, to me, it's about balance. We got to be able to have balance offensively. We can't just sit there and expect to be able to run the ball, 2 out of 3 plays for every game. That's not what we want to do. It's not what I want to do. And the balance, I think, is what the right thing. If they're going to try to take away the pass, you've got the run. We knew just from film study and game planning during the week that a couple of those things we did, if they got past the safeties, that, the way they structurally, schematically, the way they play defense, that we had a chance to go the distance, and they did.
Patrick.
Coach, can you talk to us a little bit, if you would, about Aiden Burr and his strong start to 2025?
Yeah, I mean, he's had but he had 2 field goals between 1, 2 last week. Yeah, I mean, he's what he's done really since the beginning of the year. Throughout all spring, throughout preseason camp, the confidence he has. I'll say this, our specialists, they're football players. They're football players, and that's what's really good to see. They're as competitive as any D lineman or wide receiver or offensive tackle. So I've been proud of Aiden. Marshall hasn't had as many opportunities, but when he will, he'll make sure he's part of the team as well.
You revamped your special teams. It came up big. Obviously, that was taken away on the kicker return, but Amari had a great play on the block kick and return for a touchdown, and then really looks sharp. I guess kind of is that the benefit of kind of the focus and staffing and what you guys have put into that unit? Yeah,
first off, I've been really proud of Amari. This is somebody, the play before he jumps off sides, right? And in the past, that could have really been a dagger to Amari. And instead of letting that affect him, we talk about all the time of playing the next play. He plays the next play, right, without any attachment to the previous one. And he's able to, come up big there. So I'm really proud of Amari with that. But yeah, it's no different than anything else in the program. At the end of every year, you look at the big global adjustments that you need to make. Special teams was something that we felt like we should have been more competitive at last year. So by hiring Tim Salem and Brendan Farrell, those guys, they are all special teams all the time. And I think it's the personnel obviously helps, all right? The personnel we have on the roster and the team, but also schematically the things they're doing and how they teach and how they coach and the amount of time we spend on them. So I've been pleased to see that because we're going to need our special teams for sure moving forward.
Coach, just overall thoughts on how the freshmen played. Obviously, Jordan Allen had a 78-yard reception. You obviously had J.P. Philo score his first touchdown. Defensive line played really good today with some of the freshmen, Christian Garrett and Andre Fuller. What's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, there was 8 or 9 guys, freshmen on defense at one point in time. Christian Garrett's continuing making plays. I thought Tay Harris did a really nice job on the back end today. Had a coming off the edge down on the goal line, had a nice TFL. As a post safety, made a break on the ball and dislodged the ball on a slot seam route that they threw late in the game, and that's what you want that position to do. And the only way these guys are going to continue to improve, it's not about the practice reps, it's the opportunity to get in and have game reps. I mean, the last screen we had, Josh Petty was out in front of both of them, and got a really, really good block to spring the last one. Kevin P got a chance to get in there. I could go on and on, with the guys. I don't want to miss anybody out though. So, Jamison played a lot of the right tackle spot. A lot of the redshirt freshmen, getting in on the defensive line. Landon Marshall got in there and was able to really be productive, I thought, today. I'm very pleased with how these guys are developing. You really want them to be full go, ready to play as many snaps as needed by the time you really get to that 4th and 5th game.
For a couple more, Chad.
Any initial thoughts on Clemson next week?
24 hours. 24 hours. Excited to have our fans here, our students here, and be loud for the game.
How much does it help just to get, you played maybe all but like 4 or 5 people that were dressed today, with Haynes being one of them, but just how big is that for your program to get those opportunities to get everybody a chance to play in a game like that?
Yeah, wish we could have gotten some of them in a little bit earlier. There was a couple of guys that might have been out at certain spots where it became kind of tough, but it's big. It's really big. I go back to my time at previous stops and how many freshmen are playing at the end of the year. I mean, it's opportunities like this for them to get in there and get those valuable reps. Because what happens is, practice is a grind, right? And when you're not getting that reward of Saturday, to go out and play the game that we love to play, it's hard, guys. I mean, it's like it's like it never stops. And to have that reward to play on Saturdays, I'll use Jamison Riggs as an example. He played last Friday night in the game, and then he probably had his best week of practice he's had because you see that light, you see that way there. So it's only going to make us better in the long run.
Rick, if you want to wrap this up.
Sure. I just want to clarify the decision to go with Aaron that was made after warm-ups during the delay or around that time? Around
pregame, yeah.
And I know backup quarterbacks always say, they're ready to play. They prepare each week to play. Was there discussions with Aaron, Thursday, Friday, saying, hey, you may have to go, or was it just normal prep?
Yeah, I'll leave all the discussions we have in-house on how we prepare our guys, but we're very fortunate to have some really good quarterbacks in that room.
All right, Coach, thank you.